In this video, we are going to talk about the equation of a sphere in 3 dimensions. So usually they will give you, possibly they will give you the center of the sphere and another point and ask you to come up with the equation of a sphere. So what you should know is on the sphere, the distance from any point to the center is the same, right? So what's going to happen is this is the distance formula. And so because you know that the distance from any point, so just imagine that it has coordinates x, y, z, so this is just a point on the sphere, and the center of the sphere is, let's say, x0, y0, z0. This is center. Then you know that the distance from this point, a point, to the center is always going to be the same, right? So here is how we get the equation of a sphere. So we're going to say, okay, x minus x0 squared plus, we're basically saying the distance, y minus y0 squared plus z minus z0 squared is going to be equal to radius of the sphere squared, right? Because remember, radius of the sphere is the distance from a point to its center. So this is your equation of a sphere. And I usually provide for a formula sheet, so you don't have to memorize it, even though it's not that hard to remember it. All right, so let's come up with this one right here. So because the center C is 7, 9, -1, this is your x0, this is your y0, this is your z0. And so you're going to have x minus 7 squared plus y minus 9 squared plus z subtract -1. Well, that's going to be really plus 1 squared equal radius of the sphere squared. But you could be asking me, okay, so what's the radius? They did not tell us that. If they said radius is 5, then we would just say 5 squared and we'll be done. But we don't know the radius. However, we have another point, and we know that the distance from that point to the center is going to be equal to the radius. So that's how we find it. So radius squared is going to be the distance squared between these 2 points. So we're just going to subtract their coordinates. So we're going to have 7 minus 2 squared plus, and doesn't matter which one you subtract from which one, just be consistent here. So this is going to be 9 subtract -1 squared plus -1 subtract a squared. That's going to be distance squared, but that's also going to be radius squared. So I just need to compute what this is. Let me just get the calculator over here. So 7 minus 2, that's going to be 5 squared plus 10 squared plus, looks like 9 squared. So that's some kind of 206. So that's going to be your 206. And the radius, if they ask you, can you tell me what the radius is, that would be the square root of 206. So it's approximately 14. So if I wanted to visualize this thing, I'm not sure that that's gonna really work, but I can try. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to add a point to this graph. So let me see if I can add a point. So the coordinates of the point are going to be 7, 9, -1. That's going to be the center, right? So 7, 9, -1. I just want to add the center, and let's make it maybe red so we can see it, and make it like really large. Okay, and then I'm gonna type the equation of the sphere that I found. So that's gonna be x subtract 7 squared plus y minus 9 squared plus z plus 1 squared equal radius squared, but 206. So there is going to be our sphere. Well, we cannot really see it very well. Okay, now you can see it. Now I need to make it transparent so that you can see the center, right? So that the distance from every point, in particular that point to -1, 8, let's just check to see if it's on the sphere. To -1, 8. That should be on the sphere, right? Where are you, little point? Well, it's black. We cannot really see it. Okay, so let's make it magenta so we can see the point, right? You can see the point is on the sphere. All right.